Hello everyone. In last video, we were discussing the transformation on independent variable, that is time. We discussed three types of transformations, that is time shifting, time reversal, and time scaling. And then we have taken up one example of continuous time signal, and we have seen how that these transformations affect any signal or the new signal is obtained. Now in this video, first we will take one example of discrete time signal, that the same three transformations, how that are applied in case of discrete time signal. Then we will take up that how in continuous time or discrete time, the combination of these three transformations can be applied. So let us take first the example of time shifting in discrete time. So let us take a signal, suppose there is a signal xn. Okay, so these are the three signal is given, which has got three values, one at -1, another at 0, another at 1. Graphically it is shown like this. So, or we can also write like this, like we have discussed the representation in the earlier video. Now, suppose we want a time shifted signal, that is x, and first let us take n -2. So here again, like continuous time, their shifting can be x of n minus k. Again, where k will be a integer, as n is also an integer in discrete time. So here again the same rule applies, that if k is positive, shifting will happen towards right hand side and the signal will get delayed. And if the k is negative, shifting will happen towards left hand side and we say signal gets advanced. So here n minus 2 means k is 2 and is positive. So shifting will happen towards right hand side. So what will happen? Each of these will get shifted by 2 units. So whatsoever is at -1 now will come at -1 plus 2. That means at +1. Whatsoever is at 0, that will come at 0 plus 2, 2. So the signal will look like this. So these three spikes have been shifted now in right hand side and signal gets delayed. Right? The shape again remains same, magnitude again remains same, like in continuous time. The only difference is it gets shifted in time x. Same way, if you look at from this type of notation, what will happen? At 0, now it is 0. Then 1, 2, and like this. So it will get shifted towards that. Earlier it was there -1, 0, and 1. Now it is 1, 2, and 3. At 0 it is 0. So that is how the shifting will take place. Right? So same way, if we go for n plus 2, the shifting will happen towards left hand side. Let us see that also. Suppose it is n plus 2 now. So what will happen? This will shift towards left hand side by 2 units. So whatsoever is at 1 will now reach at -1. Here, so this gets shifted towards left hand side, or we say signal gets advanced. So this is a new signal yn or x of n minus 2. If xn is this, and if x of n plus 2, this will be again 1, 2, 1, 0, arrow will be at this. So this indicates that at n equal to 0, magnitude is 0. At n equal to minus 1, it is 1. And at n equal to minus 2, this is 2. And again at n equal to minus 3, this is 1. So that is how we can write it like this or this. So this is a new signal. So generally we do not write like xn minus 2 equal to this. We may say a new signal yn. Right? So say y1 and y2 is this. That is a transformed signal after applying the time shifting property. Alright? So this was the example for time shifting. Let us take now the question on time reversal. I will take a different question for time reversal, as in this case the signal will look like same. That part you will understand when we will discuss the even and odd signal. Suppose now the signal is this xn Alright, so signal is this, that is having value 1 at minus 2, value 2 at minus 1, at 0 it is 3, and at 1 it is 4. Right? Now we want a new signal yn, which is x of minus. That is the reversal. So again, it will happen that the signal will get reversed across the y-axis. So the new signal so what will happen? Whatever is at 1 will now get at minus 1. So at 1 it was 4. At 0 it will remain same, right? Because it is across this y-axis only. Now, so at minus 1, now this will go to at 1. And at minus 2, that will go at 2. Like this. So the signal gets reversed. That is the time reversal. Same way, if we follow the second notation of set xn, earlier is this thing. That is at n equal to 0, 3, minus 1, 2, minus 2, 1, and at 1, 4. And what is yn? Yn, that is x of minus n. It is now at n equal to 0 it is 3, again the same thing. But at n equal to minus 1 it is 4. And at n equal to 1 it is 2, and at n equal to 2 it is 1. So the signal gets reversed. That is the example for time reversal. Now let us take the example for time scaling. What happens in that case? Let us consider the same example. That xn is given like this. Now we want a new signal yn, which is x of 2n, right? Like in earlier continuous time we have seen x of 2t or at. So A greater than 1 and A less than 1. When A was greater than 1, signal was getting compressed. A less than 1, signal was getting expanded. Same thing will happen over here. This A is 2 greater than 1, so signal will get compressed. And when A is less than 1, signal will get expanded. But here, there is one very important point. Because it is discrete time, when the signal gets compressed, some of the values will get lost. And when the signal gets expanded, some of the additional values will come into the picture. Now this compression, expansion, right now you can just visualize the image compression and expansion. When you compress or expand, some of the information gets lost or some noise kind of things start coming into the pictures. So that is the same, similar to this kind of phenomena. Just look at that. What will happen? X2n. As we discussed earlier, each of these time domains will start getting divided by 2. So 0 at 0 divided by 2 will remain 0, so it will remain same 3. But at 1 by 2, but because signal is discrete, at 1 by 2 nothing is defined. So it will be defined only at discrete integers 1, 2, 3. So there is nothing at 0.5. So this signal gets lost. Same way, this minus 1 by 2, minus 0.5, again fractional, so it will get lost. But minus 2 divided by 2, this will come at minus 1. So whatsoever is this value 1, now will come at, and instead of place of minus 2, it will appear at minus 1. So signal gets compressed. Earlier there were 4 values, now it are only 2 values. So some 2 values gets lost. But the signal also gets compressed. Earlier this was expanded from minus 2 to 1, now it is only from minus 1 to 0. So earlier if it was this, nu yn will be only 1 and 3. That's it in this case. So if you see, the 2 values gets lost when we are compressing this. Clear? So that is the compression. When A is greater than 1, that's 2. Now let us take another. When A is less than 1, suppose it is n by 2. That means A is 0.5. Then what will happen? Signal will get expanded. So whatsoever is now at 0, it will get multiplied by 2 time division. So 0 into 2 will remain 0. So 3 will remain again same at 0. Whatsoever is at 1, now will appear at 2 into 1, that is 2. So this at 4, value 4, this 5, which was at 1, now will appear at 2. And at 1, there will be 0. Because 0.5 into 2, it will come. And 0.5, there is nothing is defined. So this will come 0. Same way, minus 1, this will go at minus 2. And minus 3, there will be again 0. Minus 1 will be 0. Minus 4, this minus 2 will go at minus 4. What was this value? 1. Right? I can write the value over here. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. Just to, this is one way of writing that. Another is that we can write our values over here also, so that we understand what is their value, rather than putting up the dot, right? So this gets expanded, and in between these, the values 0 is inserted. So if I write now this signal from graphically from this set, like from this, what will it look like? Y of 2n. If you look at these values, 1, 0, then 2, 0, 3, 0, 4. 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4. And arrow should be at where the value is this 3, right? At 0. The arrow will be at. So this indicates at n equal to 0, value is 3. At 1 it is 0. At 2 it is 4. -1 0, -2 2, -3 0, -4 1. So if you see the original signal and this signal, the signal gets expanded and some new values gets inserted into it, that are the 0. So this is the how the transformation on independent variable, that is time, can be applied on any discrete time signal. So we will stop over here. In the next video, now we will take up the combination of transformations, that how if the signal is xt and we want x3t minus 2, that is we have to do scaling also, shifting also. So that part we will take up in next video. Thank you.